All right. Everyone here?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Oh, that's the wrong answer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's do this.
Welcome to the DFO Refugees podcast, where I don't know, shit's going to happen.
Oh, all
where
the time.
none of this matters.
Absolutely.
Shit's going down.
Where none of this is an official commentary on DFO.
We don't work for Neopol.
Yeah.
I have to always say that.
We work for Neopol. They pay us money to say stuff and do things.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't say that. People are just going to
In
take
our
that
dreams.
little bit.
The
They're
beta.
just waiting for me to say that, so they don't have to cobble it together.
The beta is coming out before 2017. That's guaranteed.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got
I
official
spoke with the
from
higher ups
launch?
at Neopol. They said before 2017, so we have a lot to look forward to.
Actually, yeah, they told me the same thing. They said 2017,
Yeah.
and I couldn't understand them.
Oh, really?
I don't speak Korean.
Oh no!
But I just smiled and was
What
like,
you should
really?
do is you should send an email and just Google Translate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't phone call them. They won't understand you.
So you guys really
Don't
did get
call them.
responses back.
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna say because I
was a
hadn't
good
heard anything
contradiction.
about this.
You're like, yeah, you're like, no.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie twice. That's my thing.
All right,
Sorry.
fair enough.
I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Omar.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
it's
should've talked
all
to
good,
I
man.
should've trusted you.
You've had a rough day, you know.
I did. I ran home. I was almost gonna be not on the podcast because I was gonna be so late. I wouldn't be on here, but here I am. So obviously it's all good.
Just for
I had
all
to
you
sell
guys
something.
watching,
Postpone
if
it, so.
You don't postpone it. Just leave without me. I've already been to jail for stabbing someone because
yeah,
they touched
did you
my
stab them
fucking red
with?
cubes.
well, that's why we didn't have the last show.
It was a
because-
it was a plus 12 Shank of Redemption.
Shank of Redemption.
Yeah,
I heard it has a 1%
left
chance
burn
of free
damage.
bail.
Yeah, leaves burn damage because I heated it up with a lighter.
Did you know?
It's,
Those are rules.
yeah, I mean, you want to do that because if you do it just right, when you pull it back out, it cauterizes itself and you
Does
won't
it
get in
now?
as much trouble.
Isn't that
That's
kind of
pretty clever.
self-healing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have
smart.
a new update. I think I spoke with Neopol says that Dungeon Fire is coming out before Half-Life 3. That's confirmed. That's confirmed.
We're
Before Half-Life 3.
Well, that's just like saying I'm gonna poop sometime this year.
Yeah.
Or Kevin Spacey was an actor at one point in his career.
These are all true.
Doesn't mention when.
I just wanted to give you guys a general time frame of what to expect, and I think that's the most accurate we've been so far.
Yeah.
So, all right, we have a big show today. We have 9 items on the list, so let's get through with that. So the first thing we got, so amongst us admins, what is your favorite Avatar set and why?
Oh.
It doesn't
I
have
can't
to be
remember
one
the-
released in Dungeon Fighter. It could be released to the one in Korea, Japan, China. And for
If it
those of you
was the
listening
one-
in, please let us know what's your favorite Avatar set of all time.
The one not released here, which I have a valid receipt for, is what was it? The Full Metal Alchemist ones look pretty cool.
Oh my god.
I would have loved to have those, but
That is-
because of copyright issues, we couldn't have them.
Oh, that sucks.
So how does
I think-
Japan get them and we don't?
They probably have some kind of weird thing worked out with whatever development company is doing it in Japan for Arid Senki.
Lucky bastards.
I
No,
know.
that was that's a sick Avatar set. It's just,
My eyebrows.
Monty, what about you?
I would say either the Empyrean set or the Apostle set. I really liked the Apostle set for a lot of reasons, but the Empyrean set has that military look to it, so it's really cool.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's the one that Fireberg is dressed in every picture. Is
Boom,
that
you can see
Imperial
that
set.
top left right there.
Oh yeah, he's beautiful. Oh, look at that guy.
Amazing. And I don't know, I would have to
Our
say
esteemed leader.
this is gonna be really out there because I don't play this character, but my favorite Avatar set of all time is the penguin suit that the mage wears.
Oh, I love that.
It's the best thing ever.
I feel like that had something to do with what's that anime called?
Oh, the one with the penguins. I know what you're talking about. It's on the name of it.
Happy Feet. No.
That's the
Azumarill.
anime.
Yeah, yeah.
Azumagadio with Chio-chan. She's
Yeah.
dressed up as a penguin. It's so adorable.
It was just so.
I'll
It was
stop.
just so different than everything else. It's literally like it's a walking penguin. And since she's already so short, it is perfect.
It makes me think of the Pengu, like, TV show in Ireland.
Yeah,
That little clay penguin thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what we have here, some people have said the pre-Sand Rider. That was a pretty cool one. Like all the
The
desert
Sand
thing
Riders
ones.
were awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Robert would have
Those are-
said, that's the one Robert's wearing, but he's not here today because he's a goof off.
Yeah, it's a really good early set, I think.
Yeah.
That you weren't privileged to have unless you had gotten on the game before, like, 2011, which is cool.
And also
You know,
someone mentioned
we-
the Polar Bear set, which is the same set
Yeah.
for the Penguin one. That was for the
Rich, dude.
priest. I don't
I
know.
love.
The Polar was
this
pretty
guy.
sick too.
I'm a pretty dude. That's pretty
Is
fucked up, man.
any other notable mentions?
The big head from that event.
Oh
That
my
big
god!
man.
Yeah, I remember that.
Would cause nightmares.
Dude, it was just the scariest looking thing. Like, because with a monk specifically, whenever you did your wool driver, he had this like rape face on. He was just like, "I'm gonna get
Yeah.
some tonight." He's like,
And
"Oh,
then
you
it
ain't
was
going." He's like this. He's like, "Oh,
Eyes
you
on the
ain't going
prize.
nowhere." Oh,
Yeah.
you ain't
Eyes on
going
the
nowhere. I'm like,
prize.
what is wrong with this guy?
I know. I guess it was some kind of big Korean thing. I don't know too much about it. It's some kind of character in some kind of manga or something they have in Korea, but it wasn't really relevant to us. But they still released it
Well, it's
because
like-
content.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you want content? Here, we just found this thing on the floor, and here you go.
Today in things that don't translate well into American culture.
I think they're really trying to focus on that now. It's like, oh, you guys don't like Korean things. We'll not do that as much.
Well, I think we like Korean things, but sometimes it's a little weird. Like, they were talking on the page the other day about Stedafitz or whatever his name is, and then
Stedafitz.
it's just
Oh,
like
dude, that guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, can he
they
just
thought
leave?
we were
We don't want
they
him.
thought we were super
Well, a lot of
interested in
people
it,
were
and I'm like,
objectified
well,
against it when it first came out.
Okay, let's ask her eyes. Do you like Stred? What I just call him Stred. I didn't know his full name.
Stradlefitz Dreadbringer, I think it is.
Stred, Jesus Christ, this is long.
But okay, if you like him, click 1. If you don't like him, click 1. It was like too confusing.
I think that's pretty accurate. I think people know what to choose now.
Just let us know if you like Stradlefitz or not.
Because
You know, 'cause
I just okay because
He'll
it's one
listen to
thing.
us.
Like he had only one thing that was that quest where you brought 4
the
skeleton key fragments
keys.
and he makes into one. I'm like, if you want to give us our own personal NPC, at least either make him look really really cool and give him like some kind of special. Let him like have all the dailies. He's like, I got all the dailies. You want them dailies? Like I
That'd
got
be perfect.
dailies.
I don't have time to go all the way to that fucking board or to the people that need it. I'm a cube grinder, so I'm always doing the cube quests.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I mean, like,
Oh.
we give him something that's like worth keep him as an NPC. Because right now I was like, I don't see a point for your existence, Stred.
Right. He should be
I
something
never-
special to get gold out of the economy. There are very few things in DFO that does that.
How about it's like, you pay him up front a certain amount so that if curious about to break your item, he'll just like bitch slap her. He's like, do it again.
Like you can bring broken pieces and he'll like
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, Stred, my plus 12 is broken. He's like, just give me 4 more plus 12s, and I'll give you a plus 13. How about that?
all right,
There
here's a
should be a
key
way.
fragment.
There should be a way that if you break your item when it's plus 12 going to plus 13 or something like that, where you can challenge Kiri, and if you can beat her and she's like a level 90 or something, then you get to go up to the next level, or at least keep the level that you had.
Well, I mean, they need
Well, that
they
doesn't
need
fix the weapon.
They need like an
That's the
economy
problem.
sync. I think that's the thing because most MMOs they don't have a bunch of economy sync, but Dungeon Fighter
Yeah.
has a perfect one because the only way to do stronger levels is to upgrade your weapon by Kiri, and the only way to do that is to spend thousands and thousands and millions of gold.
Not just that, but upgrading or awakening is a little bit one because you have to do Danjin stupid shit.
Dangerous stupid
And
shit. That's the quest name.
Why this thing?
Dangerous stupid shit.
Yeah, Danjin's fucking game. Get the Buken doll.
Yeah.
I actually want to do a parody of that. And I'm going to.
Well,
But
that
I
shouldn't
don't
be a
wanna-
problem for you. You have all those cube frags and whatnot. The rest of us have to go out and like hunt for like millions of red cube frags.
That's
But you
how
just
I got
have-
famous. Well, pseudo famous. how people recognize me is when I got those wings by giving out all those cube frags when Awakening was big. So
Isn't Awakening always big?
when it first came out, I mean. When it first
Oh yeah.
50 and everybody needed a cube frags. I'm like, I don't use them. Go ahead, because all I did was run weightless frags. I just run it and keep collecting because I didn't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
Wasn't Awakening at 48 at one point?
I think it was.
Yeah, because my friend Nib was saying that he had a level 48 like Blade Master or something, and it wasn't even level 50 because it was like his first character.
Yeah.
So it was a level 48 awakened character.
Yeah.
Why don't we go into our character spotlight?
Let's do that. So I have that preloaded. Let's load the video. And when I mean let's load the video, I mean let me mess up like a million times for it not to load. Because that's always what happens. Here we go.
But I did not give this intro video the love it deserves, so I apologize on it.
I think all we did is add text.
I did. No, I cut it in one spot and you'll be able to see it. Trust me.
This is a fan production. Remember that?
Yeah, I'm not implying.
Flawless.
Fireberg, the face of Neopol.
Okay, so we are doing a character spotlight for Male Brawler. Male Brawler is definitely a very unique class amongst all the other fighters because it's all about playing dirty and winning no matter what. So we I think the way we got to this character is because we were thinking about male fighters, like which male fighter character we all make, and we seem to all agree that we either have played closely with a male brawler or have made one ourselves to a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Male brawler is just fun. He's just fun.
Yeah.
You know, there are classes where you're like, okay, I want to get this equipment and get this, and I can get these skills, and I'll be perfectly balanced for PvP, and PvE could have this set. No, brawlers just fucking throw bricks. It's amazing.
Yeah. I would say if you had a person who you want to show what Dungeon Fight was about, and they're like, well, I don't like these number crunching. I'm like, you show him a male brawler, and he'd be like, well, how much damage do you? He's like, enough to kill the room with one, with all those moves you just saw. And he's like, oh, so I don't gotta think about anything else. I'm like, no, not really. You can still use your level 1 gear. I think you'll be fine.
Priests are fun.
You got that.
They don't expect it. Male brawler is fun because you just see all the fucking mechanics, and I prefer like Berserker because he can just show cool shit. What you were saying?
That's true.
I like the male brawler because of all his tick damage. Like, you can take down the entire room with some kind of an area of effect tick damage that he does with all his poison and bleed damage, etc.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he was. I remember when he first came out, like there were builds that people just had. Like they did runs where they did like a end game dungeon and they had all blue gear, and they were just like wrecking shit. Like no big deal. It's like I'm just gonna go through this and wreck everything. And I'm like, how'd you do this? It's like, oh, I use strengthen, the skill, which will describe our skills, our favorite skills. Mazi, so yeah, of all the male brawler skills, which one is your favorite?
that needle throwing one.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Needle. Yeah.
It just did an insane amount of damage for no reason. It's like I'm gonna throw this little needle. I'm gonna actually throw 5 of them in an arc.
It always bled them. There was never a percentage of time where it didn't bleed at least like 1 or 2 of the enemies and take them out.
You can clear the room by just cycling through your button presses.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your favorite?
Mine? I like throwing bricks.
Oh my
But
god.
You mentioned that. Too bad he doesn't shank people because that's really your
Well,
favorite,
I would say the
is
needle.
shanking
I would say
people.
his needle is his shank move because it's a sharp, sharp object. He just he's not shanking you. He's literally throwing you. He's like shank from above, shank from afar.
Yeah.
Yeah. The brick is a really really cool move because it pretty much it had a high stun chance.
Very high.
Yeah, and it wasn't the super brick. Wasn't the super brick when he just literally picked up.
Grab the boulder and just tosses it.
He literally just jumps up. He's like, "Fuck your shit!" I'm like, "What is going on there, guys?"
Yeah, think about it not in the context of a game, but of a dude being a prick. He gets a net, he pulls you in, he kicks sand in everybody's face,
Yeah.
throws needles at you, and throws a brick at the group. And then he proceeds to grab onto the last guy, and just beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. Like,
With
that
claws, no
one
less.
survivor with like one like inch of health. He's like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna just beat you down."
Yeah, that's always my favorite, is when he like jumps on him and has his face like that, and he just pounds 3 quick ones into his like head.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
like the guy, like the gunner has a Punisher. I want him to have like a curb stomp where he
Yeah.
just sets him up and just bashes her with his heel.
Dude, exactly. It was
No, but
just sick.
talk about therapeutic though. The male brawler might be one of the most therapeutic characters in the entire game to play. When you just get
what I
on
used
there
to-
and you're like, I hate everyone, and I'm gonna kill everyone in the room, and I'm just gonna literally beat people to shit. And that's when you play the male brawler.
Whatever.
That is the
whatever-
opposite
what I
of
used to say-
therapy. Maybe anger, retention.
Yeah. What I used to
That,
say
but
whenever I did
it's
that
not
move, like the 3
therapy.
punches, when I did the 3 punches, like I would just like, if I was really pissed off that day or I was just really having a hard like time, I would just be like, I would time it. So every time I did this punch, I'm like, bitch, ass, bitch. That's what I always said every single time, and never failed.
Company
I think-
Espresso says they never do enough damage endgame. Who cares about endgame? I'm not gonna take my freaking brawler to endgame. I'm just gonna fucking play it a few runs to get. Oh god!
I would
Play
say-
the
I would
easiest
say the
dungeon
way-
just to get that adrenaline running.
I would say the
That's
brawler
awesome.
excels if you need to get like demon scrolls or like something for another character to go farm in, because
Yeah.
they weren't really like, they weren't gonna do hell runs really well. They weren't gonna do like the end game content really well. But if you needed to supply another character to do that, they were perfect because you can just run by really fast. The dungeons were like a joke to them. They just like build up, that they were just your farmers basically. They were like your supply farmers, not your end game farming, just like your supply farming. So definitely a good option.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite skill though is gotta be strengthen, because it took every one of your skills, which were already awesome enough, and just said, you know what, we can just like time this by 11, because fuck it, why not?
Cheater. You can't pick strength. That's cheating.
Is it not a skill?
That encompasses all of the ones that are awesome.
I know. So it's
That means that
beyond
mine
them.
is cool because I didn't use strength at first.
That's like me saying that my favorite skill is quick rebound, because technically it is. But
Yeah.
does that really count?
Yeah, my skill and monkey, my favorite one is duck and weave, because without it, I couldn't really fucking combo.
Well, I mean, that is my favorite move. So
It would be.
apparently they approved my choice, so I win.
Okay, I'll count it.
We'll let you have that one.
Yay!
Yeah.
I win something finally. All right, so
So says me,
next
the
thing we got here.
Duchess of DFO.
You do decree?
I do decree.
All right, so the next thing we got here is something that happened a week ago, and that is that the Taiwan server for Dungeon Fighter was shut down, and we want to like think about what this means. Is this bad? Is this good? We have different opinions on that. We just want to discuss what was going on. So for those of you who don't know, Dungeon Fighter in Taiwan started, I believe, around the same time Dungeon Fighter closed in America.
I
think
want
it
to
was
say
really like a
2 months
trend.
after, but I could be wrong.
Hmm?
But let's give the server a moment of silence.
Yeah.
And with that moment of silence, but gratefully, I think we're gonna have DFO global. The G's hard in that,
The Fog.
just like the G in
It's-
GSM.
It's the Fog.
Global.
Mhm. They've made sure
So-
to make that very, very obvious to people as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
did say, I saw something from the actual page that said, oh, we hate region restrictions. Like, so I can't imagine that they'd go back on that one.
hmm
Yeah.
They're very controlled in what they're saying.
Yes, I think, we were essentially their test for the alpha of can they make a DFO global.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that also for the beta, like we'll probably be their test server too. But come
Well,
official release, we're gonna have it's gonna be released in different regions, not just
If
America.
that's what's going on, then they're destructing to construct, which I don't know. It sounds good in practice, but that also means that all the Taiwanese are now refugees, like we were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know anything about that community. I can't say for sure that they got. It's like a paradox world. I don't know what's going on in that world. I don't know if there's a me doing a Taiwanese thing. I don't know if there's an Aaron and Omar meeting together trying to create their own Taiwanese refugee group.
They
could be. I'd like to meet him. I'd like to shake his hand and say, "How do you do? You look just like me, but Taiwanese."
We should probably be really, supportive of the Taiwanese people.
We need to
when they join our server.
Yeah.
Like I'd say we should probably party with them more because we had a chance to build up our alpha characters and they are having all of their level 85 characters or whatever taken away from them right now.
Right.
So
yeah,
they're going to need that support and need to feel like they're included in our community, the entire global community.
Mm-hmm.
We've already been through that. We know how it feels, and they're just now going through that. So they're probably feeling the same thing that we did when we found out.
They're going through it for the second time.
Yes, that's true.
Second time. Which is weird because usually don't get a second chance.
Yeah.
And this is their second time. So maybe when the global community comes back, we should be all together. We'll see if we can extend a hand. I don't know how. I'm not that great at that kind of stuff. I'm going to try.
None of us speak Taiwanese.
I'll learn it overnight. It's not that hard. I mean,
no, it's not really.
Yeah, it's just like Mandarin, but with more soy sauce. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Maybe I can get my girlfriend to help. She speaks Chinese, so that might help.
Oh, that's cool.
We have a bridge in the system.
A bridge.
If she's listening right now, she'd be like, "God damn you!"
I'll be the leader of the Russian garrison of players.
Nobody on this show has a girlfriend but me. Even Aaron.
I have lots of girlfriends.
For all you guys watching, if you're female, you should date Brandon because he's beautiful.
You'll be the queen of DFO refugees.
Yeah.
My father was a key maker.
You'll have so
maybe you shouldn't advertise yourself that much right now. let the
bitches
silence.
Love my red cubes.
Let the. If you got a fix for cubes, he's your man. Oh yeah.
I just imagined like the Kool-Aid man breaking through, but he's filled up with red cube cracks.
Where's the engine at? Oh yeah.
Get the fuck out of my house, you goddamn motherfucker!
What happened?
What the fuck?
DaMothBerg, what just happened?
Fucking Kool-Aid man! I'm renting this place. He has no right.
Is he your landlord?
Better have renter's insurance.
It wasn't even Kool-Aid, guy. It was like a cylindrical jug full of blue stuff. It was like a knockoff.
Sure wasn't Tang?
Yeah. And he didn't say, he said it was like, "What's up?" I'm like, shit. Anyway, that aside, I'm going to get a key and a padlock and a new door. But anyway.
And a new wall, probably.
Yeah, landlord owes me that anyway, I would think. Okay, that aside, community spotlight.
Yes, community spotlight. Okay, so this is a treat because we have someone who submitted not just a why they like Dungeon Fighter or why they like a certain character, but a song. They sung a song for us. They sung a song for you, DaMothBerg.
Okay, I'll listen.
All right, so I'll play it. Let's switch it up. I've got to work on the switching up thing. I'm really bad at it.
Boom, turn my mic off so I can hear it.
Hi, and instead of just making a video on what I like about strikers, I decided to sing a song for you. I hope you enjoy. Do you wanna make a striker? Let's grind and reinforce. I never one-shot anymore. I feel so poor, but it somehow feels so great. We used to cuss out Kiri, and now we're not. I get Nexon every day. Do you wanna make a striker? It doesn't have to be a striker. Do you wanna make a striker and become Kiri's whore? I think plus 14's overdue. I started talking to male brawler down the hall, but it always feels so homely, busting mobs with low kick and lightning dance. Neeple, please, I know you're in there. People are asking where you've been. They say, wait, scrub, and I'm trying to. I'm right out here for you, just let me in. I would never play another. It's just DFO and me. What am I going to do? Do you wanna make a striker? Hope you enjoyed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I want from a community spotlight.
I don't want to be Kyrie's whore.
That's a spotlight right there, guys. That was Minwoo Kim,
Compose yourself.
and he is by far our most dedicated fan ever because he sang a song and submitted it to us. So if you want to beat Minwoo Kim, all you have to do is submit a song and beat him.
Oh, a song that's
We should hold a songwriting contest.
Yeah, we totally should.
I wrote a song. Never mind.
We know you wrote a song. You should, if you want, you could always film it, submit it as a curious.
I plan on it, but I've got too much shit going on with my stuff and my things and changing careers and whatnot. Oh, that makes me feel bad.
What?
There's Battle Bunny. It's Mandarin, but with more soy sauce. Firebird 9/20/2014.
That's gonna be the one that shows up like a scat.
That's gonna be like when we rise to power and we start to have votes, and then like they'll be like in September of 20th of 2014. Firebird was quote said, "Taiwanese is just like Mandarin, only with soy sauce."
Yeah,
no,
be
like
all political campaigns.
But it's fine because I won't allow elections.
That's good. That's strong. That's strong. I was so
Battle Bunny.
Dude, that
You
was
hear me,
just,
Battle Bunny?
that
There's
was
gonna be no
amazing.
elections. So you take that to the bank and you deposit that.
I feel like I'm getting like a Saw vibe right now. It's like, Firebird, you want to play a game? I got the same vibe.
Yes. Actually, speaking of games, we want to talk about the new Arid because I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Let's talk about the new Arid. Mate, I think you have seen the new Arid.
I have.
Tell us of your travels.
Okay, well, first of all, it's basically a different game at that point. Everything is different. The music is different, which is heartbreaking at first. But honestly, if I'm taking it not from a perspective of I'm heartbroken over the old DFO being kind of eradicated, it's definitely just as good. If not, they increased the graphics. It looks better. The frame rate's a bit better. The music has been recomposed, although it's obviously different. All the areas are somewhat recognizable, but very, very much shifted. And then they've made some kind of superficial changes, like the fairies are gone. Now you walk into these weird like circles of light where you get these different buffs, but it's a lot more clear what the buffs are doing for you, unlike the fairies, which if you were a new player could be confusing, like what the blessing fairy was for, etc. But
I didn't know what that was when I first started either.
Yeah, so they have that, but it's a little unintuitive at first. I was pretty confused about what I was doing. And then all of the area is interactive, and the characters or the monsters that you fight are more inspired by like Eastern legend. Like it looks like something out of a Miyazaki film almost, but I don't know because sometimes they change what the villains look like in the Chinese versions and the American versions. So like a lot of changes to the goblins and to the zombies / Walking Dead and in Shadow Thunderland were very different from the Chinese version to the original version. So you have no idea what it's going to look like when it's localized for us. But it's pretty confusing and pretty heartbreaking. But if you heard the rumors about DFO 2, I kind of have a feeling that this is what remains of the DFO 2 project.
So
that definitely makes sense.
I would have to say, yeah, because the trend now is when it comes to online games, a sequel to a game is not only more painstakingly of a process and a lot more resources, but it just would alienate your crowd because you have people who play the original and people who play the new one. And you don't want to split them. You want to just get more people to play your original. So I think Neopol figured out the smart idea of we start from scratch of the same game. So people who are level 85 don't have to ever see that again. But if you make a new character, it's a whole new world, so it's like a whole new game for you guys. So that's kind of a cool thing. And don't get me wrong, I get that hurt when I realize that the grind to like 80 is gonna be very different than what I'm used to. But
yeah.
But we've been through the grind.
Keep going.
We know that grind. We've experienced it. Our characters experienced it, and now we're gonna re-experience it when the game comes back, hopefully. And it'll be new because it's like it won't be the same old boring grind that we're used to.
I've said this before, and I think that they're going to bring Arid back to us as we remember it, at least for a few months until they.
Right.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're not going to just like dunk us into the deep end with that because that would be dangerous for them.
That's true.
So.
I think there's a pretty good chance. There's a pretty good chance that we're gonna get this. We'll get probably the same exact game as we had in the alpha, and then we'll get, female slayers, and that's when like shit's gonna go down basically when the new air takes in and like metastasis occurs, or as Firebrights call it, mitosis. Mitosis occurs. Duplication begins.
The great thing about mitosis is the one thing I hate about creating new characters is going through the whole storylines all over again. This will help breathe new life into it and get other people interested in it again, I think.
What would you think about if Dungeon Fighter had cutscenes, like anime cutscenes, instead of like the dialogue, but actual cutscenes?
It'd be cute.
I never care for that in games.
I think it brings me out of it. I don't like it too much. I mean,
it just reminds me of...
Well, what I do like is like the fighter, the preview for him, and the preview for the thief. Those are pretty interesting. Like if they just leave it like that, I'm totally all for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How they had the anime kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for that.
Or what about at least like instead of like just dialogue, actually like a voiceover?
No.
No voiceover?
No. No.
Yeah. I have to agree there.
All right.
That would be... It just makes me think of the WoW voiceovers, and I'm just like, no, that would be very distracting. It's bad enough that they yell at you all the time in town.
Oh God!
But
yeah.
at least
I love that. You pass by.
No, I do now.
I
want the wonder back.
The master of the wind fist.
That's what I love. DFO was the wonder that it presented when I first started. It was beautiful. Everything was new. Everything was fresh. I've never touched a game like this. I never had an MMO before. I say this all the time. I loved starting DFO, but it's the same thing with starting like Minecraft or Binding of Isaac. You get thrown into the world and everything's interesting to you. Everything's new. Everything's fresh. You've never done anything. You're learning new stuff. Things are still being scary. You're learning new skills and you're learning new tactics. And I want that to be like DFO, like, oh my gosh, this is grander, this is different, this is beautiful, But I know deep down all the mechanics are going to be the same, but at the same time, that's not going to prevent me from playing it, obviously. But that's just like, it's not going to prevent me from buying the new Binding of Isaac game, which I can't wait for in November. It's coming out, because I know it's going to breathe new life into the series, and it's just going to invite more people to come and play with us.
Mm-hmm. And
that's beautiful when something new is starting. And I'm taking off this watch because I'm getting a heat rash, and I don't like it very much. I like how I can start a sentence with something fucking poignant, and perverse, and then end with something mundane. I got ADD like that.
Well, let's use that as a transition point to our next topic, which is about people who talk, but they don't talk nicely. So, what
do we have the clout to talk about this issue?
We have what?
We're only going to upset 20 people, so here we go. Stop talking badly and don't be a prick. Is that the best way to get into this?
We should.
That's a good way to dive into it.
Do our little PSA here.
Yeah, let's do a PSA. You can,
Okay,
Fiber, if you want, I'll play some background music for you, and you can do like a typical PSA announcement.
Yeah. Okay.
The more you know.
What, are you punching yourself?
Everyone punch yourself in the face like Firebird.
When you talk badly to others, it perverses and makes it bad for their time. When you're bad to others, other people are bad to you. I don't fucking know. I'm not rambling.
That was my PSA.
Let's explain to the viewers what we're talking about, because we didn't really explain that yet. So, I'm sure people here have played an online game where someone has been verbally abusive to you, or maybe you have been verbally abusive to someone else, and no one likes to be called bad names. No one likes to be told that they're terrible at it. The whole reason why we play video games is to escape our reality sometimes. We have our friends online. We have our goals to do online. To us, that's what's fun. So the last thing you want is someone to take you away from that by insulting you or calling you names and just saying making you feel like crap. It's mostly heavy in the online battle arena games, so your Dota, your League of Legends and stuff, but it has been transcending into other games, and it's been really, really causing a negative environment. When that happens, we notice that a trend that occurs in the online games is that people are less friendly to each other. They don't want to help each other anymore because they're too scared to be treated they don't want to be treated like that again. So they'd rather just keep to themselves now. So essentially, an online game becomes a single player game with a bunch of people randomly walking around. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, that's the trend I've noticed. I mean, have you guys noticed anything from the MMOs you've played?
I've definitely noticed that. It doesn't seem to be as pervasive in DFO, like you said, as places like, I don't know, RTS games are really like that. But one place where I always did see it was once you got to an upper level, like when I first started playing as an upper level character and hadn't done much Otherverse before. You go to the Otherverse channel hoping that someone would be nice enough to teach you, and they just sit there yelling at you for not knowing everything already.
Yeah, I want to say I've had so many people who have not known how to do Otherverse, and I've had people on our team who are like, "Oh God, we don't want them," and I'm like, "No, come on, they don't know, they're not gonna know. Someone's got to teach them." You don't learn how
to do it, just yeah. You can't. That's something that you can't really look up on the wiki. You actually have to do it to learn it. So Correct. It's no one will be able to do Otherverse unless someone kind of tutors them through it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I think when I get to that level, so when I get to be able to do Otherverse, because I didn't grind too far in the alpha. I don't think I got to level 30 on my character, so I have quite a ways to go. But when I get there, I'm gonna make sure that I'll somehow send it out there. But if people want to learn how to do Otherverse, they can just contact me because I love doing it. I've done it. I mean, I wasn't I did Kings very rarely because my party just wasn't strong enough, but I know all the ins and outs of how to do it. Just that Kings mode is just being able to just take more hits and they're harder to kill. That's really it. That's the only difference. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't like how people can't enjoy in-game content because their teammates expect them to know how to do it. Everyone had to learn from something.
Yeah, I had some people I don't know who they were, but they were calling me really nasty names when I was trying to do Otherverse with them, exactly. And they didn't. Yeah, so it was. But that only happened once or twice. And then most of the time, I feel like people are pretty nice. That's so true. I don't want to cast anything bad about our community because it really is generally pretty good.
That's true. But yeah, so for those of you watching, I mean, if you really want to learn Otherverse at some point, when the game comes back, let me know. I don't mind doing it. I find it really fun. Win or lose doesn't matter. To me, that's my favorite. Those are my favorite levels. So I would love to teach people how to do that because it's something too awesome, and you not knowing how to do it should not prevent you from wanting to learn. Always have that excitement to learn it. Mm-hmm. But other than that,
and I think that's why we were trying to be here, so we can offer help to people. Even if you don't know us in game, we're gonna be here to help.
True.
So, at Refugees.
Yeah. So, Fiber, we're gonna help people out now. I'm not gonna be mean anymore.
Okay. Oh, damn it. That's the one thing I'm good at is being an asshole. For instance, I just got a call from work and told them I'd be right in. I'm not gonna fucking do it. But anyway, that was our PSA. Next one is What would work? You know about this than I do, Omar.
So I want to give a shout out to Reddit, which was the subreddit DFO. They have really outdone themselves recently. Their community it's about 1,000 people. It's growing strong as the game is getting closer to its supposed release date that we don't know yet. But they are great people. They helped me a ton when I was trying to learn the game at the time. They've showed me the ropes, and they've recently updated their page, so they really are serious about getting it back in to being more modernized. They're going to be working on builds once they know exactly which patch update to get. I'm just posting right now the link for it, so if you guys can check it out, definitely go over. Definitely go over, check it out. If you like what you see, definitely subscribe. They would love more people. I told them that that we do a podcast, so they definitely are excited to if some way to help us out at some point. So guys, definitely check it out. They're a really nice community, and if you have any advice in the future that you want to give or read from, check them out.
Or if you know of other DN or DFO communities that you think that we should either partner with or look into that would be good to merge with our community, we'd love to hear about it too.
Yeah.
So
as always, just email us at our email down there, DaMothBerg@gmail.com. You don't have to give us content. We love content, but if you want to shoot a conversation with us, we're more than happy to. Just to talk about what's going on, talk about DFO stuff. We love that stuff, so that's why we do a podcast. All right, so we have here next on the list. I think this is more Fireberg's alley. The Nintendo Direct, new 3DS.
Yeah! Looks fun. So the one thing I don't like about it is that the 3DS is going to have new buttons. It's going to have 2 more shoulder buttons, and it's going to have a little analog stick, which means that your new games are not going to work on your old system. It's also going to have more RAM, so new games are going to actually run better on the new one. But problem is, you're going to have to buy a new one to play the new games, such as the new Monster Hunter 4 and the new Xenoblade Chronicles, which is stupid, but I digress. I'm going to probably sell my Vita because it's just a Persona 4 machine right now. And I'm also probably going to sell my old one, see if I can get money for that, and it's going to be awesome. And, yeah.
Well, wait, here's my question. If it's a console that requires... If it's a console... I mean, it's a handheld, but it's still called a 3DS XL?
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. It's going to be called the new 3DS, according to...
God, Nintendo loves to really screw over people's
It's going to confuse everybody, because the Wii U was confusing enough. People thought that the Wii U is just going to be an add-on gamepad.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was a whole new console. And then now people are going to think, okay, and they're not going to know what the difference between the 3DS and the old 3DS games. It's just going to be a fucking confusing mess. If it's a new console, make it a new console. If you're going to add more RAM to it, if you're going to add more hardware to it, it's a new console. If you're going to add new buttons to it so you can play it, it's a new console.
Yeah,
because
so
you have to use those new buttons for the new game.
It should be called like the 3DS.
Let's talk about Nintendo's...
Yeah,
let's talk about Nintendo's questionable choices here.
Or maybe the Super 3DS, like Super Nintendo, Super 3DS. I don't know, something that make it sound like it's the new one. You have to buy it to play the new games. It won't work on the old one.
So I'm just looking at Mossy down here. Anyway.
So all right, so I mean, people here don't know this. They don't know this is new to them. They thought
this is new to them.
Yeah.
Not Neo 3DS, new.
It's a Neo 3DS.
But yeah, this isn't new. This is news to you guys. Am I the only one who does research? Just subscribe to Kotaku. That's all you need to do. That's where I get all this news.
I do all my news from Metal Gear Solid, so I don't know much about Nintendo stuff anymore.
But next, okay, we'll just leave that to that. I'm just gonna urge all of you to do your research. It actually looks like a really cool feature. It's gonna minimize slowdown. Also, if you have the 3DS, you'll notice that when you move it, it kind of flickers when you do it, so you can't see 3D all times. They're gonna fix that and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. But they need me at work, so I'm just gonna hit a lightning round of number 9 and head out. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's all good.
So weird games that we've been playing. I got a list of games that I've been playing. Mad Father, Moemon, fucking weird. Drakengard, fucking weird.
A lot of weird games here.
Dynasty Warriors, Gundam, weird. Yeah. I think that's all the weird ones I've been playing, though. Yeah, Moemon is just exactly what it sounds like. little girls. I'm playing it for reasons. Mad Father was pretty cool. I'd recommend it. It's free. Download. It's like a Japanese translated to English. It's actually pretty cool. It's short. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a Gundam game, but it's also a Dynasty Warriors game. But yeah. But with that, I'm gonna go. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
Adios.
If I'm back in time, whatever.
I found it work.
Let me give you a really cool picture while we wait.
That's a really cool picture.
It is.
All right, Martha, what about you? What have you been playing?
I've been just basically obsessively playing Lawtail. I looked for the entire year for something to replace DFO, and I've tried like 4 or 5 different games, and Lawtail's the only one that I've come back to 2 or 3 times, and now I'm into it, not as much as DFO, but still a lot. So I would definitely recommend it, and if anyone is in there and they're like, hey, I don't know anyone, because sometimes it's hard to get into a guild. I know people. I've got a range of different characters at different levels that can help you level or do dungeons with you. So, yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Nice. That's cool. I mean, yeah, you told me that you've been playing Lawtail, and there's also that other game, Aura Kingdom, that you've been trying out. Did you try it out?
I didn't care for that one. I tried it out, and it was basically like an anime WoW. I don't really care for 3D games so much, mostly just because I get really bad motion sickness.
Oh, I see. I see.
Unless it's something like a first-person shooter, but the actual like third-person view where you have to run around, it makes me really motion sick.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've been recently playing Path of Exile. So I got back into that. Path of Exile, for those of you who don't know, is kind of like Diablo, but they really like up the ante by making it really like extreme. Like there's no money in the game. It's all like bartering system. The skills are all gems. Your passive tree it's like your skill tree is just passives only, just to make your like more percent to number. So if you like number crunching and you like games like Diablo, like it would be perfect for you. So I'm playing that. I've been honestly doing a lot more game like news reading, like because TGS was this past week, so everything with Konami I've just been on top of that because I'm a Metal Gear Solid fan and that game is just it looks amazing. So I have to anytime any single second of footage is shown, I have to see it no matter what. If it's like him just like falling on the ground, I have to see it. Like I have to see it, and you see everything. So it's been really like obsessive, and it's kind of a problem.
I feel like this entire like process has made me more aware of what developers are doing across the board. Like after contacting them and like talking to them last year, even in whatever small capacity, like it makes you really pay attention to what their games are doing and what all these different communities are about. Like what you were telling me about. Gosh, what was the name of that thing that you had?
Oh, ArcAge.
Yeah, ArcAge.
Yeah, so
that
ArcAge came out.
Really awesome.
ArcAge came out this week officially for everybody to play, and I just want to let you know if you do want to play the game, like, the downloading is like whatever, but getting in is a pain in the ass. It takes an hour to get in. There's a queue of like a couple thousand, so it's pretty popular right now. So I would wait, if anything, for it to die down a little bit for you to try it out, because I basically, when I went to go shopping earlier today, it took me, like, I just loaded it, and it literally says it's going to take like 2 hours to get in. And I was like, what? So I was like, maybe I can play a bit when I come back, and like, no, it couldn't happen.
Well, at least it's a really healthy game. People are waiting in line to play Destiny too.
That's true.
I know that the queue for the Destiny beta was like 11,000 people.
Oh my god. Did you play Destiny?
You had to wait that long. No, my fiance does.
How did you like it?
He said it was like Halo, but an RPG. Yeah, and he said that was problematic.
People have been telling me it's like Borderlands, but watered down and put Halo on it.
With better graphics than Borderlands, not the cel shading.
But I'm talking like the gameplay is like it's like a watered down Borderlands.
The RPG version of it, Right. I like the look of it, but I don't know how the storyline just feels so much like Halo to the point where they have their own version of the Flood, like the Hive or whatever.
Right.
And I don't know. It's like there are other things that I would still play that are older games that I'd probably enjoy more, like Dead Space, that has more of that feel.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Love Dead Space.
Do you wait? Do you own a PS4 perchance or no?
No, not yet. We want to buy one, but we have the Xbox One right now.
That's right. Yeah. The reason why is because like I played that Silent Hills teaser PT that was released. I don't know if you heard about that.
I would buy the PS4 just for that.
Really?
Even as just a little teaser video, I would buy the PS4 just for Silent Hill. Because Silent Hill is my favorite game.
Yeah, it was
ever.
so good, and it was just like I played a ton of horror games. I played I played Outlast, I played Amnesia, and they're scary. Don't get me wrong. But,
Amnesia.
Yeah. I have like a YouTube series. Like I played half of it. Like I was doing recording while playing it, and it was just like I was like I can't do this. It's too much.
Has 2 come out yet? Amnesia 2, the one with about the pigs or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
it looks so much more terrifying. Out,
but I heard it's not. I didn't play much of it, but people said it's not as scary. Like because it's made by a different company.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who made the first Amnesia, they're making another game called Soma. So, very same people making it. So they were good at what they do. Different story, everything, which is great. That's fine. I don't want the same story for a horror game. It doesn't make sense to me. I'll be scared of something new, basically. But yeah, so I played those games, then I played PT, and I was really I was scared. I have to when I play scary games. For a while. I'm like okay. I'm a little uncomfortable. I want to stop, but I'll keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But PT was the game. I'm just I put down my controller. I stood up, and I was like, I cannot do this anymore. I'm gonna go do something else.
It's just I've watched a million horror movies. I've seen Hellraiser, and it didn't even make me close my eyes or anything. And then I watched American Horror Story, which is made for TV, and there are points where I actually had to stop.
Oh god, American Horror Story. Mega
it's my favorite show right now.
Yeah,
it's so much more terrifying in so many different ways because it's just got that ick factor where it's even Hellraiser doesn't have that kind of ick factor. Even Saw doesn't have that kind of ick factor for some of the things, but this is made for TV. So it's and Silent Hill does the same thing where with so much less, it just gets so much more of an effect.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Definitely when you get the PS4, try out PT. It was just unbelievable. You don't expect that. And it's a short demo, but I played the whole weekend. I was playing it with my brothers who came to visit. For the whole weekend, trying to figure out how to end it. I didn't want to look up a wiki. I was just trying to figure it out on my own, but I was just having so much fun trying to figure out what to do.
I know it took 2 weeks or something for people to figure out how to actually finish it.
Yeah. There's a lot of things. If not longer. A lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
is that the end of our list?
I think that is the end of our list of things that we had to talk about. So we're done there. I was just gonna throw in something else, which was so now that for people since that school starts now, it's fall and everything like that. I don't think we'll be doing 2 weeks a show. We're gonna do it whenever we're all free, and it's been difficult to get us all together at the same time. So we're gonna try to do 2 shows a month. We want to, but please understand that it's gonna be more difficult to get people together on the same day. So we're gonna try. Today, for example, it's at 7:00 because Freiberg and I we both had work. Freiberg had to go back to work. We're so uncertain our schedules are now. So we will try to let you know as soon as we can on a day, but don't assume it's 2 weeks from today because that's the mistake I made last time. So
we're definitely dedicated to this. We're definitely gonna keep doing them. It's just a matter of when. So, but we're all here for this, and we're all committed to this page and this podcast for the foreseeable future.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. All right, but yeah, with that, we will end this podcast. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, we would love some community content if you want to show on the show. Just email us at DaMothBerg@gmail.com, and we'll look over it, and if we like it, we'll definitely put it on your show. So I guess we'll sign off.
All right. See ya.
All right. See you next time, guys.